Life after retirement presents financial flow challenge. Dairy farming is a good option for retirees. Engineer Kennedy Momanyi, the proprietor of Koniga Farm in Marani Sub-County, Kisii County, has found home in keeping cows. His story illustrates life after retirement. Join me, Victoria Masai, as we walk you through a journey with Engineer Momanyi as he shows us his dairy farm.
My name is Kennedy Momanyi and this area is called Gesoko village of Maran sub-county, Kisii County. We operate under the name of Koniga Farm. This farm was established about 8 years ago. Of course it was there, but seriously what you have seen started about 8 years ago. We were then working and we have stayed away from here for quite a while, for almost 35 years. So when we came back home, we started with chicken. Our idea was to keep chicken for meat and for eggs. For meat, we were particularly targeting broilers. These are birds that whose origin is India. But then we quickly realized, after putting up the necessary structures, that the chicks or the eggs we were getting were not actually pure broilers. So we thought that we were spending so much on birds which were not giving us equivalent production or even return, and they could not even break it. So that's about 6 years ago when we thought like we could go to animals. Our first animals, we got havers from Githunguri and Kiambu. They did well eventually when they started calving. We were having production of per cow of between 20 and 25 liters per day. We added more animals from the same place, but even in Mombasa, where we kept a few dairy animals, which we got from Kilifi plantation, at some point we transported a couple of them here. We have dealt with the animals since the production was good. There was a market, and then when the milk increased, the amount of milk increased, we would get a market in Kisii town. But then it did not take long before we realized that we needed water. This area we do not have piped water, so we did structures. We bought tanks and started harvesting rainwater, as you saw in the compound. Another challenge we started facing was getting a green matter for feeding the animals. Some of our animals are Frisians, pure Frisians, and others are Ashers. Now Frisians are heavy feeders. So we hired small portions of land around from neighbors, and we planted napier grass basically, and then we planted plantains also. After that we realized that we needed enough dry matter, so we started getting hay from Nakuru, Eldoret, and now Narok. We have since scaled down on the number of animals because of those challenges. And another challenge is manpower, getting qualified, trained labor and consistent. The problem we have had is a high turnover of workers. They'll come, you train them, and after some time they go. They leave you training new ones. And there is also a common trend that we are noticing, that young people around are not willing to work on the farm, so it has become increasingly difficult to get workers. However, we are here now, we are retired from our works where we were, we have come back home, and as a family we are also supplementing efforts in keeping the farm. We give our animals majorly napier grass. We also give silage. We give hay, and we supplement with dairy feeds. Of course, we also give minerals. On the side of treatments and disease, our dairy farm is basically and wholly 100% zero grazing. The animals don't move anywhere, so unless disease is gotten from where we get the feeds from, the challenges of sicknesses, animal diseases is actually quite contained. However, occasionally we have this problem, and so we call on the veterinary officers around. Quite a number of them know this farm, and they'll come and attend to the farm, to those needs and wherever they arise, like vaccinations and other things. So we are now concentrating on that. Our initial idea was that our farm is a breeder farm because there were not many farmers around who kept animals for milk, and so we thought that our intention was to, get havers so we could sell to the neighbors around so that they could also keep. However, and this is a major problem, of all the havers that we have gotten on the farm, 80% were bulls. So the AI services that we get, there could be something funny with it, something strongly wrong with it. We have complained as farmers, and we are saying that it's high time the government looked at this. We actually could be getting bulls rather than havers. And that is why the farm has not become a breeder as our dream or our initial intentions were. So it's a problem up to now, where an animal is served a couple of times, just because perhaps there is even a problem in conservation, in refrigeration, in transportation of the same services. There is a problem of feeds that we buy from the dealers, the stores in town. It doesn't matter really to us, as far as we are concerned. It doesn't matter which one. We feel like we are not getting the value of our money, and the feeds are quite expensive for the cost of milk. So overall, the farm has become expensive over time, and perhaps we would have been doing better if we had a way of adding value to the raw milk here on the farm. But then we have also had a few advantages with the farm. The manure that we get from the animals, the droppings, we use them for biogas. System, so we are able to get gas for cooking and heat in the home and at the farm. We are also using now the final product as manure. So our farm is 100% organic, and now we are trying a few vegetables other than what locally is called chinsaga, managu, and derema. We are now also trying broccoli, cucumber, eggplant, cabbage, skuma wiki, and we also are, for the first time, we are trying celery, and we'll do cauliflower. So far that's how we are doing. Another challenge during the rain season is water, but what we had to do is to have enough reserve tanks. So we 100% harvest water, rain water, and we have tanks enough to service our water needs throughout the year. Indra, this one we named it after loving mom around.